What's up, everybody? This is your host, Sean Johnson, creator of Benchminer Hockey, and welcome to episode number 43 of the Benchminer Podcast. This is the hockey podcast that covers all things single A hockey. We cover stories, news, we cover everything. And we also cover the UHL now, so that's pretty exciting as well. Today, Mr. Derek Overton, as always.
How we doing? Glad to be here, of course.
And the fans have spoken. They wanted Mr. Josh Law. Ask and you shall receive. We got him on the pod. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, thank you all so much for having me on tonight.
Of course. We're just glad that you agreed to come on.
Who doesn't want to talk minor league hockey?
That's what's up. Friendly reminder, if you are watching us on our YouTube series, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Helps us out. And also, big shout out to our sponsor, Glassbangers Hockey. Go follow them on social media. Check out their website, glassbangers.com. They have badass tees, including Benchminer shirts and hoodies. Use code Benchminer15 at checkout to get 15% off of your order. Glassbangers Hockey shirts fueled by the fans. I think that's a pretty cool slogan.
Fueled by the fans.
Fueled by the fans. Hockey shirts fueled by the fans. I love it.
Fans know what they want. Got to get that in there.
Absolutely. So big shout out Glassbangers. They're awesome. Honestly, if you haven't checked out their website, you should, because they have some pretty dope tees.
Yep.
I just saw they dropped the Yager series shirts. Those are pretty cool too.
I'll definitely be checking them out here tonight after the pod.
Glassbangers, baby. Let's go. So first question here is for Derek. Not a question. A statement / request, if you will. It's for Derek. Derek, we want to see your best impression of a sea wolf.
All right.
What would it look like? What would it sound like?
I think it definitely give that'd be what we're going for the look, and I think the sound would go between I don't know, I want a good fish howl, but I can't think of a good if fish howled, that's what it'd be. If there's I don't know really how to explain it, or I don't want to try it because I might break my mic, but
I have no idea what a fish howl even means, so
it means everything to a sea wolf.
Okay. Now, is it like a normal dog where only a sea wolf can hear another
of
sea
course
wolf?
Yes, they call each other and they meet under the moonlight, and
oh my god.
not under the sea.
Well, that's you can still see the moonlight from under the sea. Okay,
I don't know.
These are land. These are land sea
so.
animals. Land sea animals right here. So they're very. They got gills and 4 legs. It's pretty sick.
So this is how we're starting the pod. Wonderful little science quest or something.
Oh, big time.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, let's move on to what's actually important. Minor hockey, Derek. Get with the program.
I know, dude. I do this every time.
Every time. You always have to go off topic with these crazy, silly, whatever.
It's ridiculous. It's out of hand.
Need to make some AI art. Just type in a dog
there we
with
go.
gills, 4 legs.
You probably come up with some good stuff, honestly.
Yeah, some things might be scary. Might give you nightmares.
Oh, nightmares are definitely in question.
So, Josh, what was your first reaction when you heard that Mississippi was officially getting their own hockey team?
Well, I've been a big supporter of trying to get it back for the longest time. It was Alex Davis and myself. We ran the Bring Back Our Seawolves fan page on Facebook. We'd had well over 5,000 followers for the longest time. And actually, I was working for the Biloxi Shuckers part-time when I got a message from Joe Pace, basically introducing himself, saying he was moving down here, and then said they're looking to putting feelers out about getting a team back. So I was with the group that actually brought the team back initially here. I grew up going to games down here. It meant the world to me. Not only to get them back, but to actually be a part of the group that brought the team back here
sure.
2 years ago.
Right on. I know when they first kind of announced that Mississippi was kind of, I want to say in the works at that point, because I don't think that they were in the works. I guess what you said they were putting feelers out, I was like, interesting. That really hasn't been a hockey market for a long time, but the Fed is notorious for trying things like that. So I was pretty
Yeah,
stoked when I heard about it. Um, when they were going through the name process, like name the team contest, um, if the team was not going to be called Seawolves, what was your vote? What did you want the team to be called, if not Seawolves?
I've kind of gone through different things. You want something, unique to your area, something that that has meaning to your region as well. Um, I know Seawolves is always going to be a number one if it was a possibility. I remember when we had the surge down here, they did a name the team. My number one was Hurricanes, honestly. Um, I mean, it's a rough history we have with Hurricanes down here, but I felt like it was a cool identity. I like anglers, whitecaps. Um,
Oh yeah.
Biloxi Beacon was a big one. We have the Biloxi Lighthouse down here. It's a big landmark. Um, or even something focused around our military. We have the Naval Mobile Construction Battalion base here, as well as Keesler Air Force Base. So you want to include the big military, like actual fan base that we have down here as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but the main thing is creating a brand that your community will get behind, something that people want to be identified with, and like more so with anything else, regardless of the sport, branding is one of the most, if not one of the most important things you can actually have with the team. So not only with your product on the ice or the field or the court, whatever it may be, if fans or even potential fans look at something and it's like, I don't really like that name or that logo, you've already kind of failed there. So it was important to us to find a brand, whether it was Seawolves or not, that our fan base could really rally behind and get with.
Right, makes sense. Because I am a Savannah Banana fan, but I have never seen them play. I just think that the branding is so unique that it just kind of drew me in.
100%. That's awesome stuff.
But honestly, though, Derek, have you ever seen the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah, you helped me sign up for the email thing so I can one day hopefully get tickets.
I did. I actually, I want to say I used Derek, but I used Derek a little bit because now they are so popular, it's hard to get tickets. So they basically do like a lottery system every game. So I figured if I had my email in there, if I had my wife's email in there, if we had Derek's email in there, we got more chances to get
More
tickets.
chances. You're right. 100% right.
Do you want to add my email in there too?
I might have to. We might have to.
Drop your emails in the chat.
Yep, this was my idea. So all I ask is that I get one ticket to go. I want a chance, boys. Oh, Savannah Bananas.
It is
And
pretty impressive stuff.
another one of my favorites was the Macon Bacon. That's another good one.
Minor league baseball and names, like you've got teams that had established names and brands for the longest time, like the Jacksonville Suns, then all of a sudden rebranded to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. You have
Yep.
the Hartford Yard Goats, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies.
Rumble Pony's solid.
Even like I
Yeah,
think in the last
there
four
is
or
some
five
crazy
years,
ones.
you have the San Antonio Sod Poodles, and their logo is a prairie dog.
Yep. The Sod Poodles is cool. I saw the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Those were cool.
Yes, that I like that one a lot.
That one
Ru-
does have a ring to it. That one was good.
yeah, not a big fan of Pennsylvania teams, but I don't know. Iron Pigs, pretty cool.
Iron Pigs, that's dope.
Maybe next time we go to Binghamton, Derek, we'll have to go to the Rumble Ponies game.
Well, I'll hit up a
Tim
Rumble
Tebow
Pony
played for the
game.
Rumble Ponies, so
Yeah, he did. He was kneeling all over that baseball field.
yeah, he was. Oh goodness. So let me ask you this, Josh. What is it like to have Joe Pace as a promoter?
Lots of wild times, but I can say Joe can promote the hell out of an event. Looking back to our three neutral site games to start off with, um, I hadn't seen a sold out hockey game down here probably since 2002, 2003. So to see the building of that from 4,000 to I think it was 7,200 to that 8,600 sellout crowd that third game was like nothing else.
Right. Um, even when you guys were going through the process and you had your neutral site games, it was impressive just to see online. Like Wow, I can't remember the numbers now, but you guys had that place rocking.
Yeah, and we call Joe the showman. Like that was a little
The
joke
greatest
between us in
showman.
the office. Like he loves the fans. He loves fan interaction. Um, I've seen a lot of hockey players over the years, and he's by far one of the most personable when it comes to actually fan interaction. And I'm very grateful to have that down here with him.
Little question here for you. Not that I don't care either way, but me and 10 minute misconduct, we got a good relationship here. Ben Spiner, 10 minute misconduct, we're friends. We had Joe on the show last week. Did you tune into their broadcast to check out the crossover special with Joe?
I did. I watched a good part of the Joe portion, some of the Justin Schmidt. With life and everything going on, I don't think I caught some of the others, but I was mainly wanting to tune in to watch Joe.
Well, let me tell you, that was the hardest we've laughed in a while. We had such a blast with those guys. So, big shout out to all four of them. That crossover special was hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go over to 10 Minute Misconduct. I'm sure it's on their Facebook, on their YouTube. Um, they did an awesome job with it, and I had a lot of fun joining them. Me and Derek. Well, Derek joined for half
Yeah,
of it, so he had a good
yeah.
time in the
It was
first
a
half.
good time. I had a very fun time.
But at the end, we just let all four of them go, and it was just hilarious. I'm not gonna ruin the surprise, but y'all got to go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I think it's close to it's probably over 1,000 views by now, if I had to imagine.
Yeah, it got up there pretty fast.
Yeah, it's a pretty good video, so it was a good time. So big shout out to those guys. Speaking of Joe Pace, we talked about how great it is having him as a Mississippi Sea Wolf, as a promoter. He was on the show last week. What, in your opinion, Josh, is the best promotional night that he has come up with so far?
That he's come up with. Let's see. Um,
Or just in general, it doesn't have to be like something he created, but what's your favorite promotional night, or what was your favorite promotional jersey, something like that?
my favorite promotional has always been Mardi Gras down here. One of the most unique ones we've done, and it is close to Joe's heart, is our autism awareness with the money we raise for a good cause, and allowing people that may not be able to go out to a sporting event to come out and enjoy a game. So that's a big one. That's really special with us too. But Mardi Gras has always been a big one that I've loved. Um, our rebrand night was really cool this year. Not the result in the game we were hoping for, but still something unique that a lot of teams are doing now as far as alternate identities. Um, and military appreciation. Anytime we can do that, I'm a Navy brat. Both my parents were United States Navy. Um, and, just paying homage back to our troops. Everything they've done for us, we can give back in some sort of way and show appreciation for them.
Absolutely.
100%. Um, I got to ask you this though, Bone Crushers. I know you said it wasn't the result you guys wanted. What was it like watching your jerseys kind of be used in Carolina before they were used in Mississippi?
It was kind of interesting. I think it'd have been different if we hadn't released what the jerseys were going to look like ahead of time. But Carolina's in a jam. I still say to this day, hockey's one big family. You may hate each other on the ice, but you want each team to be successful as possible. So what Joe did, absolutely fantastic. Tip of the hat. It was interesting with the whole the Karasippi Thunder Crushers that has been I think coined.
That's hilarious.
I tried my work at putting a logo together just for a little fun, but I couldn't get anything I'd like, so I ended up just giving up on it. But yeah, no, that was it was different, but glad to see they were able to play. I know Baton Rouge has been craving for a home game in 2 months prior to that.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, about 2 months they went without a home game, and then they had three, and now they go another month without a home game.
Oh my God, God bless them.
So, yeah, Baton Rouge fans, man, we feel for you. We're here for you. If you need a shoulder to cry on, we got you. The Karasippi, what'd you call them? I forgot already.
So some people have said the Karasippi Thunderwolves because they were wearing the Crushers jerseys. I called them the Karasippi Thunder Crushers.
Oh, that's clever.
That is good.
So, what is it like, kind of living on the beach and having pro hockey in the same place? most cities don't get to experience something like that.
Definitely different. You know,
Pensacola is probably about the only other one.
Yeah, hockey came to actually both cities in '96 with the Ice Pilots and the original rendition of the Seawolves. Um, it was definitely something new, and something that started to get built around here was I was told there was a bunch of roller hockey leagues down here that played in a few different inline rinks. May not have been actually built for hockey, but they still were able to use it in that capacity. Um, and you know, like honestly, it's a big draw to try to get players down here because a lot of players not wanting to consistently stay in that really cold weather all year get to come down here. And I mean, hell, you're the winter, you're able to go to the beach, hang out in the water, or do whatever you want really outside without having to worry about freezing your butt off. Um, I'm really incredibly grateful knowing. I mean, I'm born and raised down here. I was born in Biloxi. Um, and just to be able to enjoy something different. I mean, I'm kind of a different breed when it comes to it because as much as I love hockey, I'm also a NASCAR fan. So I've kind of like got both sides of the coin here as far as being a Southerner. But and that's I'm trying to push for a NASCAR night here next season as well.
Count me in.
NASCAR themed jerseys or, but something like that. I love crossovers. I love any sort of aspect of branding with the team. It's just fun to me.
That would be cool. You just got the gears turning in my head. I know, like a NASCAR pun, but you just got the gears turning.
God damn it.
What if
That's
NASCAR
good.
themed? That'd be cool. Okay. What if, let's say, like I'm a Joey Logano fan, so whoever is number 22 on Mississippi, what if they had like a yellow jersey with the red lettering that Joey Logano's got? And then let's say like Austin Dillon, like whoever's number 3, they get a black jersey. You know what I mean? Like so you have all the colored cars and all the colored jerseys, but then your opponent has to wear white. There's no white jerseys allowed, but they could all be different colors. That'd be cool.
The mass chaos that would ensue. Like,
That's what I was just thinking about.
like
I don't know,
couldn't
dog.
like.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think that'd be cool. I mean, you could make them look like their actual fire suits as well, not just
Or that,
the
yeah.
colors. That would be fun. I don't know how the league would go with that as far as you're supposed to have uniformity. If I'm saying that correctly, my mind's mush half the time.
Rules are out the window at this point. They can make up rules. I can make up jerseys. Okay.
Amen to that. Amen.
But seriously, Lil, speaking of NASCAR, last week, awesome. Well, I guess it'd be almost 2 weeks ago now, but was it the third closest finish in NASCAR history? 0.003 seconds.
Yes, 0.003 of a second, 3 wide.
Insane finish. It had Cars vibes all over it. I just saw like Lightning McQueen's tongue. Like
I was gonna say the tongue right across the finish line. Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, what a finish. That was awesome. I really thought Ryan Blaney had it, and I was hoping that he did, but it's all right. Suarez deserved it.
I'm a Martin Truex and Kyle Larson fan, and Martin Truex does not have the best of luck when it comes to finishing races, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel that. As a Logano fan, the first 2 races were tough because got the pole, got caught up in some crap. I think he started second, got caught up in some
That's
crap.
life.
Then
That's
this
life,
past
dude.
week, man.
He
Even this
shouldn't have
past
worn
week,
the
he got the
altered
pole
gloves.
again. Finished like 13th or something. I don't know. 9th. It was 9th.
You got to wear the approved gear. You can't wear altered gloves or it'll send you to the rear.
Well, those gloves were badass, though. I'm not gonna lie. So it was worth it.
Does it break the rules? Yes, but they were badass. So
They were badass. Absolutely.
If you're gonna do it in style. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, huge NASCAR guy. I could sit here and talk NASCAR all day. But it's a hockey podcast, so we got to talk about hockey a little bit.
A little bit, just a smidgen.
It's just like Derek last year. We would get talking about football, then forget we were on a hockey podcast.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh
Or
crap,
no, we're
we gotta
elbow
switch
deep
back over to hockey.
yeah.
a spin-off podcast.
Yeah, you get Derek talking about the Giants, it's game over.
Oh, I don't like to talk about the Giants much, but
I'm a Chiefs
It's hard
fan,
to
so I
talk
could talk
about.
football all night long.
Oh, god damn you.
All right. Well, speaking of the Chiefs, did you at least see Jason Kelce's announcement?
That was emotional.
I saw parts of it. I didn't actually get to watch the whole thing. I did see that someone was cutting onions in the room.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
Lots of
Lots of
Bad.
tears.
onions. Onion Factory.
The strongest of the onions.
It was probably Taylor Swift chopping them up in the back
Yeah,
or
she
something.
was. I thought I seen her with one of those chopping things.
Yeah.
Probably how she gets like inspiration writing her breakup songs, is she has
Oh,
to
yeah.
get her in the mode of crying to be able to write them.
Oh yeah, it's the only way to write good music is
And
heartbreak.
Taylor Swift is keeping the onion market alive with the farmers.
I don't know what it's called, but you know those like infomercials where you wake up at 3 a.m. and you realize like this can cut onions, this can cut carrots. It was probably
Oh
one of
yeah,
those.
that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, that's all I could picture her in the back just singing friggin'. I don't know. I was about to rip off some Taylor Swift, but I
Go
better
send it,
not.
bud. I mean, this is a
And
podcast.
we are never, ever, ever getting back together.
And then like
There we
the
go.
Wow,
beat
we
of the
just lost
song
a
is the
few
beat at which she was
subscribers.
actually
So
chopping the onions.
Yeah, like literally the whole time, just to we.
oh, what a legend.
Really is.
Moving away from Taylor Swift and the Kansas
Oh.
City Chiefs and Jason Kelce and NASCAR and back to hockey, guys. Come on, get with it.
Yeah, with the whole cycle, we went right around.
Josh, who's been your favorite? I know you probably can't pick favorites, but if you had to pick one, who would be your favorite player to don a Mississippi jersey?
Oh Lord! So now you're getting me going like all the way back. Probably gonna be. I'm gonna have to throw out a few because I can't pick one. It's gonna be
Go for it.
Roger Maxwell, Dave Paradise, Stephen Walby, Stone Cold Stephen Walby, as they called him. Travis Scott and Chuck Duss, and those were two of our longtime goaltenders. Well, one, Travis Scott was here, I think, for a season in 98, 99. We won the Kelly Cup. He was the playoff MVP, and then he went on to I know he played at least one game in the NHL with the Los Angeles Kings, and then he kind of floated around to different franchises in the AHL, and then played a little in Europe and in Russia, I believe.
Okay. You know you're a real OG fan. You're throwing out these names. Everyone's probably who's tuning into this are probably like, "Who is that?"
That's what I was thinking because I don't know
Including
who
me.
it is
Some of
for
them.
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
familiar with some of them, not all of them. But yeah, I just found that kind of funny. Back when the podcast first started up, our second guest was actually Cam Brown from Baton Rouge Kingfish back in the day.
Oh yeah,
He was telling us a story about how he got called up to the NHL, played one game, I think he had one shift, one penalty, and that was the end of the career. I thought it was pretty cool.
that's
Nah,
one
I
more
want to say
game than
cool.
most of us will have.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
He's played one
100%.
more game, one more shift than most of us will ever see. So it's a pretty funny story. You got anything, Derek?
I do got one question.
What you got?
Senderdale.
What's good to eat in Mississippi?
What
I knew it
isn't
was
good
going to
to
come
eat
down to
Mississippi?
food.
See, that's what I was hoping to hear.
You found some of
Honestly,
the
what's
best
one of your
food?
top? Yeah, what's one of your top favorites? Let's hear it.
I mean, you got plenty of southern seafood places down here.
All right, that's first thing that comes to mind is like some
Yeah.
crawfish or
A crawfish is best over at your best buddy's house. You don't get crawfish from a store. You cook it yourself. That's the main thing.
that's smart. I like that. I like that.
Some of the best food you'll find, I kid you not, is at the corner gas stations down here.
All right.
Sushi at gas station. Gotta love it.
No. I wouldn't go that far. I don't trust that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I wouldn't.
All right,
trust
maybe
it.
not sushi, but like I have said pizza at a gas station, and a lot of Southerners are like, "What's wrong with you?" But like Northerners are like, "Yes, it's legit."
Yeah.
Only if it's Hunt Brothers. Hunt Brothers pizza is the best. But I could eat that all day long. I love Hunt Brothers pizza.
Hunt Brothers. I haven't had that yet. I see it advertised everywhere though, and now they're a sponsor of Joey Logano, so I might have to give it a try. But I think that's relatively new to at least upstate New York.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It may be a Southern deal at least. I think they're, and I only say this because when I work with the team, I tried to get them on as a sponsor for us. I think their headquarters are in Georgia. It's either Georgia or in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yeah. Not good pizza to me, honestly. I mean, I've been growing up, we my parents got property out here. We go out and we're out mowing the field or cutting brush back. Just stop at the gas station, get a pizza, and Huntsboro. That's what it
Dang.
was when I was growing up.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There you go, Derek.
I like it.
Crawfish and Hunt Brothers.
So let me ask you this.
So
I don't know if
yeah.
y'all probably brought it up before. Who's y'all's favorite NHL teams?
I'm an Oiler guy.
Derek likes the wrestling oil.
Yeah, I'm a big oil guy. I love the lubrication.
Yeah, and I'm a Rangers fan, so, Heartbreak City, baby.
My condolences.
Yeah, I love getting hyped up. Like, this is the year. Like, the analysts will say, oh, Rangers are... They'll show what's it called? The DraftKings odds of winning the Stanley Cup, and then, like, the Rangers are, like, top every week, and I'm like, just because they went in a 10-game heater. Like,
yeah. And I hate
we're not
being
winning
at
the
top
cup. I hate to
sometimes.
say it, but we're not winning the cup, so get over it.
Are the New York Rangers the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL?
I don't think so. I don't believe that. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan, but I'm just saying that because
I just defended them. Triggered.
Rangers rarely make playoffs. At least Cowboys make playoffs. Yeah, they're out in the first round, but
they got there at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Rangers,
they'll make the playoffs, then they'll get kicked out in the first round, then wait 5 years till they go back again. And I'm not impressed with the coaching from Hartford because they shipped all their coaches to Edmonton, and they're doing phenomenal things.
Yep,
they're
doing great things.
It is. Why can't you do that with our organization?
Rehired the next season with another team and is like doing fantastic. You're like, what the hell's going on?
He did. We were won almost. I think we were going for 16 straight. Didn't get it.
And here's another pet peeve I have. I hate when the Rangers trade their players to Tampa Bay and then they go and win Stanley Cups. Why can't you do that in New York? Yeah, let's just get rid of 6 players to Tampa Bay. They're going to be the Tampa Bay Rangers, and they're going to go win 3 Stanley Cups. Awesome.
Nailed it.
That's crazy.
So that would have been nice to have here. Why? Who's your team, Josh?
I grew up an Avalanche fan. Joe Sakic was my favorite player as a kid. But all in all, I will support any Southern team to kind of rub it in the face of the Northern hockey fans to say hockey doesn't belong in the South.
That's fair. I got something to show you then.
Uh-oh. He's one of those fans.
Oh, don't be afraid, boys. Don't be afraid. So when I was in North Carolina, right, I lived in Charlotte. I worked for Hendrick. You're a NASCAR guy. You know Hendrick.
Yeah.
Worked for Hendrick down there and had a phenomenal experience. I loved every minute of it. I had some awesome coworkers. One of the greatest bosses I've ever had. As a going-away gift, once I told him, hey, we got to move back north, be close to family after having a daughter, he's like, I got something for you. He took me to a damn Carolina game. And mind you, I wasn't a Carolina fan, but now they're my second team because it was such an awesome experience. He took me to a playoff game.
Attaboy, that's awesome.
Yep. What was it we got? Round 1, game 2. It was against New York Islanders. Carolina smoked them. I loved it. As a Rangers fan, you love seeing the Islanders get smoked.
That's the bad part. As far as it goes for New York teams, I'm an Islanders fan. I love the wave jerseys, and they need to bring those back with the fishermen full time.
I mean, I have to agree with you there. Those jerseys are very, very cool. I still hate the team, but they are very cool jerseys. There actually is a UHL team, West Michigan Sentinels. They have very similar jerseys. I got to get a better look at them. I got to get some pictures of them, but they're very similar to that.
I have to look that up.
That was kind of interesting.
Because back in from 1998 to I think 2002, the Seawolves wore the wave jerseys as their primaries. Same design, obviously different color scheme, but we had that down here for a while too, and that's probably one of the reasons I'm so drawn to them.
Right. I remember when you and I were kind of working together in the beginning there. I remember the design you had in the sleeves, so
yeah,
that was pretty interesting. So I got to ask you about this haunting. Can you tell me the story about this haunting at the Coliseum?
So the Mississippi Coast Coliseum was initially built on, prior, it was the part of the Beauvoir Cemetery. So it's a Confederate cemetery from the Civil War. So there was a portion of the grounds they moved the graves, moved them over to Beauvoir, and I think there was an orphanage or something there too prior. But the people have been talking about ghost encounters, hauntings, different activity for years there, ranging from security guards at night will hear footsteps across the building. They'll see like the bottom or the upper half of soldiers walking. In some of the convention center halls, people will see shadow figures, shadow people. Um, they'll hear like growling behind them, turn around, nothing's there. Ghost Hunters actually did an episode there, which was really cool.
Wow.
And actually, they saw like orbs of light there in different areas, especially up in the press box where I am during the games, which makes things even better.
Right.
So after our regular season finale last year, it was Joe Pay. I think Joe was there. I know it was myself, our athletic trainer from last year, and some of the other game day staff. We're having a few beers. We'd smoke some cigars outside. And we come back in, and there's a group of people at center ice staring at the goal lights. And we're like, what the hell's going on? And they said they're turning on. What do you mean they're turning on? As right as we said that, we turned, and the goal light's turning on by itself. And we just sat there. We're trying to get it on camera. I thought I had one. I didn't actually get a shot of it, but it went on a few more times. And so then we go around to look at it, and the goal light's unplugged. And so we're like, what the hell? So that's the extent of my ghost story there. I have had to go in different areas of the arena, during the off season, helping out with things, trying to get merchandise in different places. And I do believe in the paranormal, and I am weary about going into certain areas just because I don't want to have some certain experiences. I will say, too, I have video given to me from one of the actual Coliseum workers. At 4 in the morning around the loading dock area, there was one of the, it's not a dolly, but it's one of the carts on wheels, but it has no actual top to it. But it was leaning up against the wall. And from what he was telling me, no one had been there for like 4 or 5 hours. All the doors were shut. There was no crosswinds. It was leaned up against the wall. Actually, it wasn't even leaned up, I don't think. It was just standing straight up. And out of nowhere, it's just like something just came by and kicked it over. Just out of nowhere.
What?
Yeah, so that's, Brian, who was the one that sent me that video, he's done a lot of, like, kind of, I'm going to call quote-unquote investigations in there. He says he's seen some creepy stuff there.
That's wild. I gotta see this video now. I'm interested.
I'll have to send it to you if I could find it again. I think it's still on my phone, but
Sweet.
it don't look like much, but, if everything he was saying was true as far as, no one being there for hours, the doors being shut so there's no wind, no draft, and it just topples over by itself. There was no reason it should have fallen over either.
Interesting. Well, after the story you just told us, and after talking about Joe Pace, I feel like maybe there's like a collab there. Maybe y'all should do like a ghost hunting jersey or something like that.
Ghostbusters night?
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, something.
That'd be cool.
Piggyback off the new Ghostbusters movies coming back out.
That is true, yeah. I did see the trailer for that like 2 days ago.
Be perfect timing.
Of course, though, as big as I am, if I wear white, I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I'm right there with you, man.
Oh, yep. Join the club. So let me ask you this. I know we talked a little bit about Mississippi and about, the logos and the jersey, things like that. Who comes up with your guys' secondary logos? Because I love how they take like the Seawolf and kind of turn it into something else. So like, for example, for St. Patty's Day, I know you guys had the Seawolf. Then he looks Irish. And then for Mardi Gras, he looks like a jester. Who comes up with these creative little gimmicks?
So it's a collaboration between Zach Morgan, our media director, and myself. So last year, I designed all but 2 of our specialty jerseys. Zach took over this year. He designed all of our jerseys this year. He's done an absolutely fantastic job. And it kind of started last year. I made different logos for, different holidays and stuff. I made like a Halloween logo, 4th of July, Memorial Day, which is the one that was worn last year. on our military appreciation jerseys. And we'll throw ideas back and forth. We'll see what we like. But yeah, that's pretty much we're trying to. I think that's the cool part of having like an actual mascot on your actual primary logos, being able to do those fun different things. Like you can do different things with if you have word marks and stuff, but it's not really as creative as you can be if you have like an actual uh, primary mascot on your logo.
Right, absolutely. And I think it would be cool if you guys kind of teamed up with Carolina and made those Karasippy bone. What'd you call them? Forgot already.
Karasippy Thunder
Karasippy
Crushers.
Thunder Crushers. I can't even remember now. Um, make some specialty jerseys like that. Just collab and bam.
Maybe there's a way you can start selling the Karasippy stuff. Try to get a license deal between both teams because it's technically not a real team and not affiliated with one team, but just be
You're
a
not
fun
wrong.
little enterprise on yourself.
Well, you're the professional when it comes to coming up with logos, so I'll leave the logo creation to you, and maybe we'll, I don't know, get glass bangers to help us out or something.
There we go.
I could do my best trying that. That'd be fun, definitely.
Well, Joe Pace would have some fun with that one too.
No,
That'd be
he
funny.
would. Joe'd probably want us to actually wear jerseys on the ice. Like if we're playing Carolina, one team wears a dark version, the other team wears the white. Go out there and have a Karasippy game.
I could see it. And now,
Hey,
now that it actually happened, and I know a lot of people are joking about it, I think it's profitable. Like you got enough people talking about it now, so I think you can make it a thing.
The first outdoor FPHL game, Carolina and Mississippi. Both of them wearing Karasippy Thunderwolves shirts or jerseys, excuse me.
That would be cool. I remember back in the day when it was the FHL and outdoor games were actually the norm because one team didn't have an actual arena; they just played outside. So that was pretty interesting.
Oh wow, I didn't know that part.
But outdoor games in the South, very cool.
Oh, I think it's great. You look at Carolina had one. Texas has had one at the Cotton Bowl. Nashville had one. So I mean, aside from the cost of installing the stuff to get the rink built outside and to maintain that cold, it'd actually be a really fun idea. The only problem is down here is we'll go from 20 something degree weather to the next day being in the 60s or 70s. So that's the only hard
Yeah,
part about
rub it
trying to
in,
plan
rub it in.
something.
Oh, yeah, we don't get that problem much in New York, do we, Derek? Well, actually, I lied. It's been crappy on the weekends, then it warms up
yeah,
Mondays and
right, yeah,
Tuesdays because we're working, and then it gets
exactly.
cold again on the
It
weekends.
was almost 70 yesterday and supposed to snow on next Monday. So
Yep. Fun stuff.
4 seasons in 1 week. That's how we roll.
Now we get 4 seasons in
1
one
week.
day.
I was gonna say, Derek, you're giving it a little bit of extra time. I've seen 4 seasons in an afternoon once.
That is true. It's all over the place. That groundhog don't know what he sees half the time.
Yeah, he's blind as a bat. I don't know what he's talking about. Half his problem is from Pennsylvania.
That's half his problem.
So I got one more question for you. It's actually a fan question from your buddy Matthew, and I don't even know what it means, so you might have to explain it to us. Why did you shave into the Barzy special? I don't know what that means.
So Justin Barr, our captain for the longest time, had the Fu Manchu. And it was his kind of like signature look. And
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand now.
I normally have either a full beard or a goatee, and I had a full beard recently. And my boss at work says, "Hey, you got to trim it up. You got to shave it." So I just decided to go with something different, and so I started rocking the Fu Manchu, and the rest is history until I decided to shave it otherwise.
It is legendary, sir. It looks real good.
I appreciate it.
Derek's a little jealous.
I'm quite jealous about it.
Yeah, after Travis Ridgen hurt Derek's feelings a couple weeks ago, so.
Oh no.
Yeah. My feelings stay hurt,
Oh man, he didn't mean nothing by it. It was all fun and games.
So let me ask one final question for y'all. What do y'all think of the possibility of Salt Lake City, Atlanta, or Houston getting an expansion team in the NHL?
Go ahead, Derek.
I think that'd be real cool. It's three great spots, I would say. Salt Lake City. They got the Jazz. Forgot Utah's got Jazz, so they don't got many professional sports anyway out there in the Utah. But yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
As far as Atlanta goes, I don't know. I know they're hungry for pro hockey, but they've also been given a few chances, and it's never worked out.
You just got to
Um,
look at the
I w-
situations. I can't speak to the Atlanta Flames. I don't know the history behind that part of the organization before they moved to Calgary. But you look at the Atlanta Thrashers, they weren't really successful on the ice, but when you look at like their attendance, for the longest time, they actually outdrew Washington, Ottawa, the Islanders, Boston, and a few other traditional markets. They outdrew them their entirety of their existence. Um,
mhm.
and then, when they got sold and the owners of the Atlanta Hawks took over, they were primarily focused on basketball and the success of the Hawks and really put the Thrashers on the back burner. That's why I'm eager to see them get a team again because, I think with the right ownership, Atlanta can thrive. That's
Mhm.
something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, if
Yep,
they were to receive another team.
that was gonna be the second part of my response. I don't know how they would fare, but I think it'd be worth a shot at least. Um, Atlanta's an awesome sports city. I've been there, I've been there once, but you know, diehard fans when it comes to like basketball and football. So they throw a hockey arena
Yep.
right in that city center with everything else. I don't see why it wouldn't be popular.
As long
They
as
can make it
Quebec
work in
doesn't get another
Seattle. Why
team.
not Atlanta? What was that third city you mentioned? I don't think I caught that one.
Houston.
Houston. Okay, so
So the
yeah,
owner
I,
of the
I don't think I
Houston
heard about that.
Rockets, I think he has an ownership stake in the arena, but he's been vying to get an NHL team in Houston for a long time. And I don't know
Okay.
if the NHL just kind of waited or he's never actually tried to start the formal process, but I have heard Houston. I think it'd be cool to get the Arrows in the NHL.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I don't know. I'm always up for more hockey teams because I'm selfish like that. Um, so I mean, I'll take a team in all three cities, but overall, I think Atlanta would definitely be probably my first choice out of those three cities. And I don't know much about Utah, so I can't really speak on that. Like Derek said, they don't have many professional sports out that way, so I think it'd be cool for the fans, but I don't know if they'd support it or not. They probably would because it's Utah. But
Yeah. And it's the owner of the Jazz that's actually trying to get the process started.
All
And not
right.
only that, I think someone else is vying for them to get a major league franchise too for baseball.
well, there should be an NHL team in Syracuse.
Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Syracuse Ice Snakes.
I'm
Yeah.
just sick of driving 3.5 hours to watch, NHL.
That's fair. I mean, the closest team we have now is I think it's actually Dallas. Like barely versus Nashville. Atlanta gets a team. That's only a 5-hour drive. I'd make that every so often to go watch the Thrashers play.
Okay, so it's a bit of a drive for you guys too for an NHL team.
Oh yeah, Nashville is like 7.5 hours, maybe almost 8. Dallas is about 7.5 from here.
I'm complaining about 3. Now I feel like an ass.
It's always greener on the other side, eh?
Yeah. Well, now I think about it, I don't know exactly, but I know we went to Ottawa once, and I think that was like maybe 2.5. That might be closer than Buffalo, Derek. I think
It
Ottawa's probably
definitely
closer.
is. It probably is. Canada's right there.
Right there, dude.
It's
Right
just
there.
right there. I could
Hop,
taste it.
skip, and a jump.
See, the
Probably
NHL can
taste the Tim
expand all
Hortons
they
from
want
here.
as long as they don't go back to Quebec, just to aggravate the fans even more. It's like every year, like
It
there are
gets the
teams I
people
hate. I
going.
can't stand the Chicago Blackhawks. I can't stand the Pittsburgh Penguins. But if they're playing a Canadian team in the final, I'm going for the United States every single time.
USA, USA.
You-
You can't say that, Derek,
Why not?
because you're an Oilers fan. Get over it.
Oh, don't worry, dude. Dude,
Yeah.
there's
So when
some
we start doing our
Americans playing on
USA
there.
chant, you can't sit with us.
Dude, I like USA too.
I don't know, dog. It doesn't feel like you like USA very much.
That's it.
Rules are very
You root for the
influencing.
team in
I like the USA
Northwest
too.
Canada.
I didn't. I'm not like a Oiler fan because of where their location on the geography map is.
Well, I'd hope not.
I like him because Connor McDavid is awesome.
So he's a bandwagon Oilers fan.
No, I've been a fan since he probably. I got
2015.
into hockey a little late, so yeah.
Were
When he
you an
joined,
Erie
when he was
Otters
only
fan, too?
19. What?
Were you an Erie Otters fan too?
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
Big
Erie
Otter
Otters,
guy.
bro. Speaking of Erie Otters, the former announcer for Carolina Thunderbirds, he now works for the Erie Otters.
Their play-by-play?
Yeah, I can't think of his name. What's his name? I'm blanking here. I'm sorry. I'll get back to his name. I'm blanking and I don't know why. Anyhow, um, just kind of wrap things up here. We are running short on time. Josh, really appreciate you jumping on. Had a blast talking
For
Mississippi, hauntings, NASCAR on ice, promotions,
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Oh my god, dude! How many topics did we hit in 45 minutes?
It was pretty good.
Not bad for winging it.
Not
No,
bad.
not at all. No, I can't thank y'all enough for having me. I was really excited to come on, and hopefully sometime later we can do this again.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, because we got to bring Matthew on next time. He was busy
absolutely.
tonight, but he wants to jump on sometime. So I told him sometime we will make this happen again. Who knows? Last time I talked to Joe Pace, he had told me that maybe he'll have like a special guest on with him next time. So maybe we'll do something like that. We'll have Josh on. We'll have Matt on, maybe a special guest or something too.
Oh yeah, jazz it up.
We'll come up with a plan. Don't you guys worry about that. But big shout out to you for coming on last minute. Really appreciate it. We got a few more, I want to say big name guests in the lineup, but we got Chase Tipping coming up here soon. We got Andrew. I'm not gonna tell his last name yet, but we got an Andrew coming up, big name guy. So big shout out to them for coming on the Benchminer podcast here soon. But thank you, Josh. Really appreciate it. One more time, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please do. I check the analytics. 66% of you who watch our podcast are not subscribed, so I would really appreciate it if you just hit that button. It's free. It helps us out. And big shout out to Glass Bangers one more time. Glass Bangers Hockey. Check them out. Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter. I don't care. It's Twitter.
Thanks a lot, Elon.
Check them out. Exactly. It's so weird when they say like the Rangers like follow us on X. It doesn't do it justice.
It has no ring to it.
But
And
you
like when you
still tweet
post something,
on
what do you call it? That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like,
you still tweet, yeah.
we got to come up with some new verbiage for X. But big shout out to them for sponsoring this video. And yeah, we will talk to you guys next time.
Peace out.